Hey, before we get into it today, I just want to remind you that my hand-painted holiday class is 50% off through December 15th. Okay, enjoy the video. Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today, I'm going to tell you why a sketchbook, a tiny sketchbook, can be a magical thing. Because sometimes you don't have the energy to do a big painting, but you still want to get crafty and creative, right? All right, well, that's what I was doing today. I had the hardest time trying to decide what I wanted to work on. Now, I was thinking I really should do a big painting. I really should use my brushes that are getting restocked from Craft Ammo. I'll put a link in the video description because they just came back out. And I was thinking, oh, I'd really like to use those Tonic watercolors because I hadn't used them in a while and they're really kind of cool and neat, but I just didn't have the energy for a big painting and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to paint. So then I remembered that I had saved this beautiful photo of a wreath hanging on a window from Unsplash on my camera roll on my phone. And I remembered that I had this tiny little sketchbook from Artix and some new watercolor pencils. And I thought that would be a really great little way to plan out a larger painting. And I thought this can be my thumbnail painting sketchbook, meaning I can use this small little sketchbook. It's like, 3 inches by 4 inches. I can use this to plan out larger paintings. And then if I get to the end of this painting and realize I'm over it, I've done it, I don't feel like doing it bigger, then that's fine. I have just spent a little bit of time, a little bit of materials, and I got it out of my system. Or I might realize, ooh, this would make a really great large painting, and I can think about how I'd like to do it differently, what medias I would like to use, and the size I might want to paint it. So it's kind of like thumbnailing when you would get ready to do like a landscape and you're out in the world, you do a couple little sketches before you actually start painting to kind of work out some of the ideas. Well, that's what this is. I'm going to call it my thumbnail sketchbook. So I just basically, I use my little T-square to get the window panes in somewhat of a 90-degree arrangement, and freehanded on the wreath, added some balls, and I'm just adding in some color here from the pencils and just keeping it really easy. I had the big palette out because honestly I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. I wasn't sure if I was just going to spend like 5 minutes on this sketch and then go to some bigger paper, or if I was going to use watercolor on this. I did end up using a little bit of watercolor from my palette, but not much. It's mostly just the watercolor pencils. I really like the different colors that I could see in the window panes, but I didn't want to get too involved because this is just a quick sketch, just a thumbnail. Now, I did spend more time than I intended to on this. I think probably about 45 minutes, but I was enjoying myself, and I think that's something that we can't forget. That's the reason why we pursue a hobby. That's the reason we try to get better at things, because we enjoy the process of doing it. And when we let the outcome of it, when we think about how, when we spend more time focusing on the end result than we do the actual process and enjoyment of our craft and our art, that's when we start to lose the magic, and that's when we start to burn out, and that's when we start to should all over ourselves, basically. We think about the great grand paintings we should be doing on the larger paper with the better paints, with the fancy this and the fancy that, and we forget to have fun, and we forget to enjoy ourselves, and then we get overwhelmed. We think, oh, well, that's just going to take too long, and we go put on the TV, or we go scroll on our phones, or we do something else. It isn't really what we want to be doing. It's just easier. So when you have something that's easy, it doesn't have to be this little sketchbook. You don't have to go out and buy anything. You can look through your stash. You can cut down a bigger piece of paper into 3-inch by 4-inch pieces, put it in a Ziploc baggie with a few watercolor pencils or a few fine liners, whatever it is you like to use, and let that be your little mini sketchbook. Let that be your little thumbnail kit, your little tester. You know, don't put so much pressure on yourself to create something awesome every single time. I was really having a fun time with these pencils, seeing how well they activated. Now, I had swatched them out, and I think you got a glimpse of my swatch card earlier on in the video. They're all nice and pigmented. They're a pretty good set of pencils. I think they're around the $30 price point on Amazon. These are by Artix, by the way. Now, that's where I did actually grab some watercolor paint from my little palette. That brush came with the watercolor pencils, but I'm not a big fan of this brush for those pencils because it's too soft and absorbent, and with watercolor pencils you generally want something that's a little bit stiffer, like a golden Taklon brush. So I like the brush that came with the watercolor pencils, but I don't like them for watercolor pencils. So if you buy that set of pencils, I recommend you just get a couple golden Taklon brushes, maybe you have in your stash from other watercolor painting that you've done or acrylic painting, because it's going to do a much better job at dissolving the little pigment particles, especially if you're working on a rougher paper. Now, this paper is also by Ardex. It's a hot pressed 100% cotton paper. It's actually, I'm not sure if they call it hot press or cold press, but it's definitely what I would consider hot press. It's a little bit less textured, a little smoother, better for pencils because you don't get a bunch of grain that's hard to dissolve away. But these come in a pack of 2 for about $20. Honestly, I think that's a little bit high for a 3" by 4" sketchbook, even though it's cotton. It seems like Paul Rubens has them for like $6. That's like 3.5 by 5.5. So honestly, I'd go with that. But it is a cute sketchbook. It's nice how it folds flat and it has perforations. And that's another thing I was thinking about this little sketchbook in particular, and doing little Christmas motifs, because I figured, okay, you know, I feel like this Christmas is a bit of a lost cause for me in the Christmas card department. I honestly don't think it's going to happen this year. It might be the first year I ever do not send out Christmas cards, but it just, life's been a lot and I haven't got to it. But I was thinking, if you had a little sketchbook like this and you worked on it all year long, you did these little mini paintings, then by the end of the year, you could just tear off each page because it's got the little micro perforations, and then you could just paste it onto a beautiful, maybe embossed cardstock panel or something, and then mail it off, and there you've got all these beautiful Christmas cards at the end of the year. Wonderful to have that thought mid-December, huh? But anyway, or for just any all occasion cards, really, you could do any little painting here in the sketchbook, tear it off, put it on a piece of a cardstock card and mail it off, and Bob's your uncle, you got a beautiful hand painted card. And it gives you a reason. If you're somebody that's like, I need a reason to do this, like, I'm not just going to do it for fun. I know as we get older, we think everything needs to be practical and everything needs to have a reason. If you need to have a reason for your painting, for your crafting, do this. Do that. Give yourself that reason. I can turn it into a card later. I can turn it into a painting later. It's an idea. You know, everything doesn't have to be a finished piece of art. You can enjoy the process without worrying about the final end product. And I mean, there's so many people that have been getting into adult coloring books lately because it's so relaxing and they're just enjoying the process. And that's wonderful. Do the things you want to do and don't worry about having an outcome. It could be a big mess in the sketchbook. Doesn't matter. You turn the page, you got another one. It's only a piece of paper. It's not that expensive. Make your own with what you have if it is too expensive. And just if the paper that you're using is too precious for you to use freely, then get some cheaper paper and work on that. You know, get to the point where you can just be free, play and have fun and not worry about the outcome, because it's all going to add up. You're not wasting anything. The only wasted paint and pens and pencils are the ones that never get used. And even if this little illustration doesn't turn out to anything, it doesn't become used for anything, you've learned something, you've gained experience, you've practiced. You know, when a Major League Baseball player goes to practice and hits 100, balls, he's not saying, oh, I just wasted that and I can't do that again in the game. No, you've practiced, so you're going to do it better when you're in the game. You're practicing now so that you do better when you paint it. Here I'm getting out those markers I just reviewed the other day, the Copic Acrea paint pens. Jury's out on though. Actually, I think they're fine. I don't think they're really worth the price. And somebody pointed out that the bodies of these markers are almost identical to the new Sharpie markers that are like half the price. So I just want to put that out there. And plus they're Copic markers, but they're made in China and they're not refillable. So it's kind of like, I don't think it justifies the price tag, honestly, but I had them and I'm going to use them because, I mean, that's the thing. Don't make your supplies so precious you're not going to use them, especially paint pens. Oh my gosh, once you've opened those suckers, the clock is ticking, just like gel pens. You don't want to use them. Otherwise, you're going to lose them because they're going to dry up on you. So when you do open up those markers, don't be precious with them. Start using them because they're not going to last forever. They have a shelf life. And I think we don't realize that. We buy these supplies and we think they're always going to be there reliably waiting for us, but things can go bad in the package. You have to use them. If you buy them, use them. If you know you're not going to use them anytime soon, leave them on the shelf, store them at the store, and then go to the store and buy them when you're ready to actually use them. So I hope that helps you get into your stash of supplies and actually use them while they're still good, because that's heartbreaking. You know, buying something, paying top dollar, saving it for best, and then when you go to use it, it's gone bad. You know, I don't want that to happen to you. Art supplies are too expensive and money's too hard to come by these days. I want you to use your stuff and get the most you can from the supplies that you choose to add to your stash. These pencils, they're nice if you need watercolor pencils. They're nice if you already have watercolor pencils. Use those first, use them up, and then replace the ones you need to replace. But this is a nice set for those that are looking for some watercolor pencils. I'd say they're very similar to the Artistro and Arteza watercolor pencils. They're quite similar to the Caran d'Ache Supercolor too, I would say. But they're, you know, I wouldn't count on them to be light fast. Or anything, but they're pigmented. They'll do the trick for greeting cards, absolutely. For sketchbook work, absolutely. I would, you know, just if you rely on light fast pencils, I wouldn't spend your money on ones that you know may not be. I would just save up and get what you need. And that's the other thing. Buy once, cry once, right? You buy the thing that will meet your needs. I'm not saying go buy something that's super high end if you're working in a sketchbook and you don't need that light fastness, but get what you need to suit what you want to do with your work, and just get those supplies out and use them. I hope you found this inspiring. I hope you enjoyed this little time lapse, and I hope you do some creating today. And if you want more Christmas and holiday painting projects, please check out my class, Hand Painted Holiday. It's 50% off with brand new projects in it for 2024, and you have access to all past projects and future projects too. There'll be a link in the video description with the coupon code if you want to check it out. Happy crafting!